Hello, it's Denise, and I am here today to do a response to the hashtag My First Tarot by Simon at the Hermit's Cave. And I was so excited to see this tag. I've been watching people's videos, and I think it's such a fun and interesting topic to hear about. How did people get introduced to the tarot? But when I was trying to think to make this video, like try to remember how I was introduced to the tarot, I honestly don't remember. Like, it was so long ago. I remember that I had asked my parents to buy me a tarot deck, and the one that I picked out at the metaphysical store that I had been going to for like crystals and stuff already and books, I got a Rider-Waite Smith, just a regular, Rider-Waite Smith deck. And I was going through that with like the little white book, and I just didn't really connect with it. And I think it was the colors, actually, not the images so much, but just the colors. And so I remember that I gave that one away, and I got this one as a gift. And this is, even though this isn't technically my first tarot deck, this is the first one that like really like I connected with like on a different level, not just like a mental, like, let me try to memorize some meanings. Because once I knew that I loved the tarot, even though I didn't connect with my Rider-Waite Smith, I knew I loved the tarot. And so I wasn't giving up on that, but I just needed a different deck. And so I ended up getting Tarot of the Cat People by Karen Kuyendal. I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name, but this little white book is almost like a little yellow now from age, which makes me feel old. And I was trying to think, I was trying to remember, like, when did I get this deck? Like, how old was I? What year was it? I don't even know. I just couldn't, those little details like don't always stick with me. But I do remember getting this deck and being really excited about it. And I know that was a while ago. So when I was getting ready to make this video, I pulled out the book here that I got. And now I don't know if I got this book at the same time as the deck. I might have gotten it later. Or I might have gotten it at the same time. I really don't know. But I do know that I wrote a little note down, thankfully. Who knew this was going to come in handy? But I had done somebody's reading, so I wrote down like their 3-card draw that I did there, and I dated it. So I know for sure I had this book January 5th of 1997. So sometime around then, that is when I was at least doing some readings with this. So thankfully I made that note, because otherwise I was so clueless when I was trying to figure out like when did I get this? And this is the actual deck that I got. So this has really held up over a long time. For a long time, this was the only deck that I had, because I'd given away my first Rider-Waite Smith. And I had heard somewhere, like, if you sleep with the cards under the pillow, like, you can connect with them. So I've slept with these cards under my pillow. Like, I have traveled with these. These have been all over the place. And so they have that really, even though I think maybe they're not the easiest cards to read with for our first deck, they just really, like, I connected with them, I think, because of just the gorgeous artwork. And yeah, so they just have like a special place. And I think that I might need to get a backup deck for this one, because even though they have held up well, I haven't used them a lot over the last few years because I've had different decks. So I've been thinking, even before like this tag came up, I love this sun card, and it's just gorgeous. I've been thinking I really want to get this deck back out, start working with it again for old time's sake. So, so yeah, I might be using this one a bit more now, and just pulling it out, and seeing the cards is just so fun. It just kind of brings me back to the good old days, when I was just learning tarot, and obviously doing readings for other people with it, because I wrote them down. So I don't even remember all of that. Like, to me, I'm just like, yeah, I got that deck, and I knew which deck it was, but as far as when, and I was just a little hazy. But yeah, gorgeous deck. Tarot of the Cat People. Absolutely love it. And that is, although technically not my very first deck, this was the first one I really connected with. So I consider this one to be my first tarot. All right. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Talk to you later.